All right, so good morning. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I know it's not morning, but that's just what sounds good. How are we doing on this fine Friday? Huh? That's what we'll call it. What do we got? 53 and sunny. It's not too bad. It's not a lot of wind. It's pretty decent. Although I know for you all in Florida, 53 is is bitter icicle cold. So what did we have last night? Boy, when we get to the standings, let me tell you. Last night, where'd we go? Yesterday, the Kings beat the Leafs in overtime, 4-3. Bruins lost to the Senators, 5-3. The Stars beat the Canadiens 7-0. I meant to look and see who was in net for Montreal. Dobish allowed 5 goals on 13 shots. And then Montembeault came in and was not much better, allowing 2 goals on 6 shots. That is so they only gave up 19 shots. And holy crap. They gave up 19 shots and allowed 7 goals. That is special. Let's see. Panthers beat the Caps 6-3. The Wings beat the Ducks 6-3. The Oilers lost to the Jackets. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Avalanche got the Sabres 6-3. The Flames won a game. The Flames, what are we doing, San Jose? We're just getting ready to say you're good and you get shut out by the Flames. Come on. The Islanders beat the Knights in overtime 4-3. And the Kraken beat the Jets. So when you get to the standings, the Canadiens, Senators, and Bruins are all tied with 22 points in the Atlantic. The Canadiens, the Sens, and the Bruins, it's just craziness. The Wings have 20 points, then the Panthers at 19, the Lightning and Leafs at 18, and then the Sabres at 14. Over in the Metro, the Devils lead the conference with 25 points, Hurricanes 22. Pittsburgh still hasn't played. They've got 21. The Islanders with 20. The Rangers with 20. Flyers, Jackets with 19, and the Caps with 17. So everything's still nice and tight, but a 3-way tie atop the Atlantic for first place. Hey, Strafossi, good win by the Cats. They played well, but the one thing that concerns me is sometimes we get pinned in our own zone. Yeah, I noticed that a couple of times yesterday, but I talked about that a little bit in the recap. Twice we got pinned in our own zone. It was the third line and the fourth and the bottom pair on the ice with the Ovechkin line. I saw that a couple of times for sure, which being that we're at home, you would think that we would end up with a better matchup than that, but we did not. James says Seth Jones also hit 100 career goals, although his was largely overshadowed by Marchand's achievement. Very, very true. Yeah, Tarasov had a fantastic night. No doubt. No doubt. Yes, Brango had a rough first period, but seemed to right the ship. He had one hell of an assist on the first Washington goal. Yeah. Sure. He's playing more minutes. He's getting a little bit more trust. So I'm fine with it. The kid obviously has some physical tools, and situation being what it is for us in terms of it's not like we have the next Cale Makar in the AHL. So I have no problem right now letting him play and develop and just let him play through things. Turn off this heater. Hey, David, how you doing, buddy? Don't forget to claim your free 8-piece chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A. Ain't that something, huh? Damn. Somebody send it to me. Huh? Somebody give me the free 8-piece and send it to me. I'm not going to eat it, but, Hey, Bill, how we doing? 77 with a nice onshore breeze. That's nice. Jeez, we don't have that here. We get 53 with a cold, bitter wind off the bay. It's different. Yeah, the Leafs. Leafs are struggling, right? We have Cats are 3 points out of first place in the conference. First place in the division. The Devils have 25 points, so they're ahead of everybody in the conference. But yeah, we're 3 points out of first place, second place, and third place. Can't believe they're all tied like that. Colin says some interesting stats from yesterday. Bennett was 75% in the faceoff circle. Sabrango had 6 block shots, and Tarasov made 10 high danger saves. Jeez. Yeah, that's right. Erod as well. Yeah, 3 record scores in one game. That's a good point. They kind of got overshadowed a little bit. At least Tarasov got his first win. Right, Pro Hagen? Hey, Kenneth, you'll take a happy Friday today. You guys will be okay. Mike says, I looked, but I didn't see where Chick-fil-A is giving away an 8-piece chicken McNugget. I believe, hold on a second. I think it's on the Panthers Twitter. So what it is, let's see. I saw this earlier. Still waiting for Panthers to follow me back. So was it on the Panthers website? No. Where did I see it? So what it was, 30 saves chicken days. So claim your 8-piece chicken nugget. Claim your 8-count Chick-fil-A nuggets in the Chick-fil-A app the day after the Panthers make 30 saves or more at home. Available at select South Florida locations. So you have to go to the app. I mean, 8 pieces, that's lunch, right? That's absolutely lunch. 8 pieces is plenty. Yeah, Montreal got the asses handed to them. No doubt. No doubt. Strosh says I would go Kulikov, Sabrango if we make the playoffs. I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I don't think Maurice will do it. Unless Sabrango really just continues to, if he continues to develop and improve, then maybe. But he'd have to have, and it might be a situation like we did with Samoskevich last year where you give Sabrango the first few games, and then if you have any concerns, you pull him and put Petrie in. It could happen. Yeah, Montreal, that was bad, man. And that's why Luosterainen had 3 points as well. Did I see the new NHL interview with Bill Zito? Kachuk back late December, Barkey back postseason. No, where was that? I was watching the Kachuk Brothers podcast today. Well, so I have not seen the one with Bill Zito. Frosty said Bill Lindsay made a great point. He said if we play the way we did last night, we'll be fine. We have more experience and know how to handle ups and downs. He said the younger teams have more growing pains. It'll be about the energy. It'll be the energy level of those younger teams versus our experience, no doubt. Kenneth says our shot percentage is high, 3 goals on 15 shots, but 15 shots just can't win. No, you can't win with 15 shots. No doubt. Mike says, unfortunately, that's 900 miles away. Yeah, I feel you. I know, right? So what I'm saying, if somebody can get me the free 8-piece nuggets, how long do you think they'll stay good without refrigeration? What the hell we got in here? We got a fly? What do we got? Yeah, is that a fly or a bee? That's got to be a fly. What the hell are you doing in here, buddy? Huh? Yeah, he says it's cold outside. He came in. So that gives him about a month of on-ice rehab. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Hey, JC. Hey, Silva. Sabrango, yeah. I mean, maybe. We got Habs versus Bruins on Saturday. All right, so we'll get. Well, as long as it doesn't go to overtime, right? As long as that game doesn't go to overtime, we should be okay. Just keep winning. Just keep banking the points. And at least now I know we don't have to worry about the stupid blackouts. Hey, Colin. The Pats just passed the Dolphins by rapidly, didn't he? Fry says our power play got 2 goals last night. How do I think we looked? I mean, overall, the whole situation looks good. Power plays had good puck movement. I've said it for years. I always kind of feel like when Barkov is on the ice on the power play, the puck movement's too slow. He's so careful and so deliberate. I always feel like the puck movement is too slow. That's just my opinion in terms of the one flaw might be in his game. I doubt many people agree. James says face-off percentages for last night. Rodriguez 38, Lundell 45, Bennett 75, and Schwint 25. Yee. Ooh. That's surprising. So what's Schwint's? And why I say it's surprising is let's look at his face-off percentage. He's at 38%. But historically, he's done better. Like in Vegas last year, his face-off percentage was 50%. I don't know how many draws he took. You know what I mean? But it might just be a situation where Maurice feels like, it's his first go around in the Eastern Conference. And so, that was his first real go around at all, really, beforehand. So Maurice has given him an opportunity. We'll put it that way. Yeah, the second power play unit with Bennett and Samoskevich look pretty good. Hungry says, I think we can officially say we won the Schwint trade. We've been winning all our trades lately, right? Except for I know some people feel like we won the Giroux trade because we won a round. We definitely did not win the Ben Sherratt trade. Let's put it that way. Colin says the blue line continues to produce points, which is a good sign of things to come. Gotta have it. We had to have points being made up from somewhere, Schwartz says Maurice has kind of forced to stick with him, to be honest. You don't think he could just roll with Cunnin? Like he could just put Cunnin at center and put Schwint on the wing. Let me get to Cunnin's numbers. Cunnin is running, it rhymes. Cunnin's at 45.6%. So, maybe he's taken a few of the heavier draws. I really didn't pay attention, to be honest. But I think it's a good move that Maurice is just letting him play. So one thing over the course of today I want to go through. I've been meaning to do this, and since it's a Friday, I'm going to do it. So you see this stack of cards here. So this was sent to me by my good friend Dan and his lovely lady, and I tried to have Kyle open them and look through them, and I was going to have him do a little video about it, but he went through them. And he says, I don't know who those people are. He knows some of the names, but he didn't know anything about them. So I'm just going to keep every once in a while in this stream, we're just going to pick a small little stack, and we're going to see what he sent me, because I appreciate that he sent me this nice stack of cards, and I'm curious to see, because Kyle was not enthused, but that's okay. So Right off the bat, Tommy Fitzgerald. That's a beautiful thing. What do we got here? Opening night, 1993. Oh, wow, look at that. That's actually pretty cool. That's with the old logo and everything. Let's see. We got Beezer. We got a Barkov card here. That's a nice. What is that? That's a nice metal Barkov. Yeah, Kyle missed the good old days. That's a nice metal Barkov. Jesse Belanger. Oh, we got a couple of Belangers. Right? We got Sam Bennett. Let's see. We got Bubba. There's another Barkov. More Sam Bennett's. Another Sam Bennett. Hey, look at this guy. Who remembers this guy? Who remembers this guy? Anybody know who that is? Look at that. Where's Trey? Trey, I got your kid right here, Trey. I have your son. Lucas Krejciak. Now, that's not a name you're going to hear a lot. Ooh, and then I got one I like. Here we go. Look at this. This is a sweet upper deck Luongo. That's a nice one. Boy, that's an older one, too. Not older or newer. I mean, he's been around in the league a long time. So that's a good start. Kyle must have been tired from working so much. Let's grab another stack. Oh, look at this MVP Rodriguez. Oh, that's a nice card. That's a nice card. I'll put that in the eBay store. Who wants an MVP Rodriguez? Yeah, some cool old cats. Yeah, lots of upper deck 1s and 2s. There's another Luosterainen. Oh, here we go. Dave Lowry. Another day, 2 Dave Lowrys. And then look, we got a couple of old Dave Lowrys here. This is sweet. Let me make it so you can see them. I love the old logo on the cards, man. It just jumped out so good. Man, my eyes are so bad I can't even read this one. Andre Tomakin. Boy, that's a name. How many games? This is from 90. How much did he even play for us? Because this is from 91, 92, 92, 93 when he was with the Flyers. Boy, here's a Billy Lindsay card. Here we go. We'll put Billy Lindsay with his is he on camera over here? No, see, you guys can't see the Lindsay bobblehead anymore. Can we put what can we do with Billy? Let's get Billy on camera again. Let me see here. Let's see if we can get Billy on. Can we get him on? Can we get you on camera, Billy? Remove the mic. Right? He's kind of, that's too low. We got to work on that. Hold on a second. I got to have something better to put him on. Well, I got another box here, Jaws. Why don't we just put him on the top of that box? There we go. Look at that. I can count. We'll put Billy here next to me. There we go. Now, can I put his card right there? Let me see. You can't tell, but I got his card there. So we'll leave the card away. We'll just put Billy next to me. And then I can say that I have Billy on the podcast every day. Yeah, I like that. If I could have any Panther back, past or present, to play on the current team, who would it be? Are we getting them pro-Wagon? Are we getting them in their prime? To play on this Here might be the answer to that question, Pragan. Paul Laws. Imagine Paul Laws on this team. That would work. I'd have to think about that. Give me prime Ed Jovanovski on this team. I'll take that. Seth Jones' goal last night was just the second goal by a Cats D-man all season? Jeez. Yeah, if we could just get Bennett and Verhaeghe going. Here's a nice Lundell. This is Jamie McGinn. Who remembers Jamie McGinn? Not in prime condition, same play. Well, then, so rookie, Pragan, rookie version of Ed Jovanovski. Yeah, give me rookie Ed Jovanovski. Here's Jamie McGinn. Oh, here's a Brandon Montour. See, doesn't he look like Sabrango? Oh, I can't get the camera right. There we go. Doesn't he look a little bit like Sabrango? Maybe it's just me. Hey, here's Mason Marchment. That's cool. We got another Billy Lindsay, Scott Mellenby. Who is that guy? I heard that guy's name. Stu Barnes. Another Stu Barnes. My eyes are so bad. What about Bure on this team? Here's another Bellinger. It's another Stu Barnes. Jeff Smith. Who remembers that name? Jeez. Uh-oh. I just got triggered. Only true OGs have a Chris Wells. We'll see. We'll see. I have another stack over there. I know I've got Chris Wells in here somewhere. But let me finish this stack. You hope he included a random flyer, Owen Tippett. So here's Marchand. That's the first thing that triggered me. Oh, do I put Marchand with the new Panthers or the old Panthers? Oh, I guess I got to put him with the new, right? Here's another Montour. Here's another Mason Marchment. And Brandon Peary. Who remembers this guy? Whatever happened to him? Trade Verhaeghe for Jason Woolley. Now that's a name. Boy, we had high hopes for him, didn't we? We really thought he was going to turn out to be something. Didn't he play for the Rangers or something? All right, what do we got? Oh, here's a Justin Sordiff card who got a goal against us last night. Where do we put him? We'll put him with the new guys. Hey, there's my kid, Samoskevich. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Riley Smith. We'll put the Riley Smith with the Marchand card. Here's another Riley Smith. What is Brett Severin? That's a name. That's a name. Yeah. Brett Severin. Here's Trocheck. Now, this is a guy that doesn't get mentioned. This next player, he doesn't get mentioned when you talk about the Panthers goalies. Everybody forgets about him. He's completely forgotten about. Jose Theodore. He's completely forgot about it. I know I said Jose. I know it's Jose, but Bowmeister probably in here. We'll see. I've got other stacks. So is this all Panthers? Let me see. Is this all Panthers? Oh yeah, I got 4 inches over here. You could clip that one, Donna. All right, so yeah, Theodore. We used to call him Foramore. Here we go. Here's the kid that they abducted from me. Owen Tippett. Now, when we trade Verhaeghe for Tippett, then yeah, I'm leaving him in the new pile. Oh, Frank Vetrano. In fact, the very next card is Carter Verhaeghe. So we're just gonna swap. We're just gonna say thank you, Carter. Appreciate you, brother. But there's a new sheriff in town. Markstrom is in Jersey these days. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, well, I can't say because I have his jersey here. Oh my God. In a row, we've got, this is scary. Imagine this pair, ladies and gentlemen. Mackenzie Weegar with Keith Yandel. How would you like that as your top pair, Panther fans? Huh? Woo, I don't think so. Who's this? I can't see the names on this one. Jesus, where's the name on? I can't see the name. My eyes are so bad. I can't see the name on this card. It's a number 6. No, it's 26. Is that Bellinger again? Okay, yeah. The writing is in the foil. The names are in the foil. I can't see that one. Hey, here's a good guy, Brian Skrudland. He was good. That's for sure. Here's Mike Huff. I don't think anybody's ever seen Mike Huff smile. Yeah, I thought it was Fela too, but it's Bellinger. So I must have been after. It doesn't say Svela, but Svela was 26 too, right? Yeah. Yeah, Mike Huff. I don't think we ever saw Mike Huff smile. Hey, here we go. Mike, right here, the tandem. Beautiful. Fitzpatrick and Van Beesbrook. Well done, Dan. Excellent. Excellent. And here's Dadnoff. Is this is Dad, this is different. No, this is not Dadnoff. This is Davyodov. I don't even remember this dude. He must have not played with us very long. Here's another Fitzpatrick. What do we got? Here's another Fitzpatrick. That's a nice card. Tom Fitzgerald and Andre Lomakin, Panthers legend. So what do we got? We're a little bit more than halfway done. Here we go. Here's the Chicken Chuck. That's a nice card. Boy, the newer cards are so much thicker. They're so much thicker. We'll see if we got Kozlov here today. Here's another Sam Iskevich. I think this is a repeat. That's cool. Got another Bob. Hey, here's the Duke. Here's the Duke. Can't forget him. I forget this guy's name. Does anybody know who that guy is? Huh? Can you see that? I don't know. I forget his name. Well, we'll put him in the pile anyway. I'm sorry, Aaron. You know I love you. Here's another Tom Fitzgerald. Per Gustafsson. Yeah. Talk about a trivia. Oh, here's the dude that nobody talks about anymore. That really helped change the culture of the team. Hornquist. Huh? He was like the first real domino that kind of changed the culture of the team. Yeah, there was a Mellenby in here somewhere. I've started watching the podcast. Yeah. Where's the Mellenby? Let's see. I started watching the podcast for the guys, and then I started watching some clips of it. Yeah, here's Mellenby. Here's big old. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, there he is. There he is. He's mixed in with all the Stu Barnes cards. All right. Oh, here's the guy that you either absolutely loved him or hate him, and that's Mike Hoffman. You either love that dude or, hey, here's Robert Svala. Jake Svala was 24. That's what it was. There's Robert Svala. Here's another Mellenby. That's a nice one. Oh, Gord Murphy. This is why Kyle was like, I don't know who these guys were. There's Gord Murphy. There we go. Rob Niedermeyer. Man, he had so much potential. I really thought he was going to be a superstar, but he never really learned to use his size and strength as much to his advantage. I haven't had any Shepherds yet, but I'm sure I got a whole another stack over here. That's my cards. I got cards everywhere, but so here's another Niedermeyer. Here's the Ray Shepherd. There we go. There you go, Strafossi. Right as you said it. Here's another Shepherd. And let's see, we got another Scrudlin, a couple more Scrudlins. Here's another Scrudlin. Here's another Scrudlin. Boy, we had a lot of Scrudlins. Boy, huge lot of Brian. Here's a Beezer. We got a couple Beezers here. I named my first dog Beezer. Here's another Andre Lomakin. Another Lowry. Another Lowry. This is good stuff. Poor Kyle. Poor Kyle must have been no Worrell. I did pull a Yager in a video a few years ago. Let's see. More Lowry. Scott Mellenby. More Fitzgerald. It's good stuff. Mike Foligno. Huh? There we go. Oh, Stenlin Rock Post, maybe. There might be there. Who knows what's going to be in this stack over here because the first card is Brian Benning. So who knows what's in that stack over here? Kevin Weeks. Yeah. Yeah, he's on TV, right? Alexander Goodnyuk. I can't even say his name, but you know what I'm talking about. Goodnyuk. I can't say his name anymore. Here's Mike Huff, still not smiling. More Mike Huff not smiling. He always looks so angry. That's another Niedermeyer. Let's see. That's that Bellinger card again. That's Niedermeyer again. He was like he just didn't quite have the tenacity you wanted him to have. I can't read the guy's name on this one. That's a Stu Barnes. That's a nice card. There's that Bellinger card. Bob Kudelski. That's a name we hadn't gotten to yet. There we go. The whole team was fourth liners. There's another Lowry. Here's another Paul Loss. Scott Levens. Hey, here's more Billy Lindsay. See, we got more Lindsay. Lamonkin. Here's another Stu Barnes. That's a nice card. I got a couple of those. This is awesome, Dan. Appreciate this. More Stu Barnes. Let's see. What's there? There's another Bellinger. More. Here's another Brian Benning. Joe Sorella. He had a cup of coffee with us. Right? Joe Sorella. Ain't that something? Here's another Sorella. Here's two more Sorellas. That's awesome. Those are the ones that Dan sent me. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right. So let's keep that stacked. Let's see. There must be some good stuff in here because I see sleeves. A few summers ago, the year we lost to Vegas in the finals, I was still making good money, and I bought a bunch of cards. Chopper. Let's see. I said I was just going to go through a few cards. Yeah, that's it. If you want me to stop, I'll stop. Okay, hold on a second. Chopper. Let me see what you have to say, Chopper. If you get that one rare Ovechkin card, yeah, right? Right? JC, you're going to have to buy some of my cards. Yeah, so I won't go. I'll just do a quick here. These are mostly newer guys anyway, I think that I have here. It's a mix of the same kind of guys. Yeah, and they're not all Panthers anyway, so we'll save that. Let me just get this stack back over here the right way. And here's a couple of nice ones here. What is this though? Just bear with me a little bit. This is a nice one. I can't see the name. Oh, Joe Neuendijk. Look at that. I mean, you want to talk about names, right? You want to talk about names. Oh, here, geez. Colby Roback. Jeez. What do we got? Here's another Lindsay. Oh, this is Valerie Bure. Let's see. Maybe here's the Bouwmeester. Here we go. There's the Bouwmeester. Yep. Here's another Yandel. Since when I saw the name Jimmy in the chat, did the Panthers make peace with Jimmy World? I don't know. That's a good question. So there's a Yandel. Oh, man. Kid broke my heart. Henrik Borgstrom rookie card. Yep. Yeah, Bouwmeester won the cup with the Blues. Yeah. Oh, I know. I love the blue. Let's see. Here's another Hornquist. Here's another Duke. And then I think, I got too many in my hands here. Here's a Upper Deck MVP Spencer Knight. That card's actually worth a couple of dollars. Even I know that. Here's the Yager. So a few years ago, I did I did one a pack crack video, and the last card of the last pack was this Yager card. I knew I had it here somewhere. Jeez, I mean, you want to talk about names that you forget, right? Let's see. Yeah, some of these are not Panthers. Here's a Pavel Bure, but he's not with the Panthers. There's a Bure, but not with the Panthers. That's when he was with Vancouver. Hey, MJ, thank you, bud. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. All right. He says, happy Friday. Fabulous win over Ovi and the Caps last night. Hey, that could be a brand name. It's November. That's right. I am not shaving the beard. No. So, all right. Well, I got a bunch more over here, but we'll say. Oh, there was another Owen Tippett card. See, there's another Owen Tippett. Yeah. Yeah, we'll save the rest of those cards for maybe over the weekend. We'll save the rest of those because I got more stacks somewhere else. I don't know if I have a Bure as a Panther though. So let's get this back over here. Put that here. Okay. Let's see. Ovi and the Caps is a band name. Yeah. Yeah, Ovi and the Caps. It's actually a pretty good idea. I always thought it was Benny and the Rats, though. I thought that was a better one. I know. I appreciate that, MJ. We appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, bud. Yeah, where's Simon been? That's a good question. That's a good question. I know. The first thing I said was brand name. I know. When you get to be my age, you'll understand. Stacy, I know the Canadians, and it was both goalies. Dobish allowed 5 goals on 13 shots, and Monty came in and wasn't any better. Melon Mouse. Yeah, Simon hasn't been in. I think it's only been a couple of days, or maybe he got sick. I've got his email. I'll reach out to him, make sure everything's okay. Maybe he had something or went on a trip or something like that. Simon is now an Avs fan. Understood. That happens. That's okay. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, he was here earlier this week, I believe. Yeah. No Trey, Rosado, True, Dana. So, let's see. Last night, Trey's been on the game streams. Dana's been on the game streams a few. Rosado, I think, he paces himself. He comes on a little bit later towards the season. And I believe True's probably sleeping right now. Because I know a lot of times he's working late. Or maybe they'll pop up and say hi. We've had a lot of new people too. Raven pops in every once in a while. He still does. He popped in at the beginning of the season. It had to get hard for him. You know what I mean? Like, he's a Bruins fan. So you know what I mean? So how happy he was happy for Kyle and I and everything, but you know, he showed up with Marchand and all of that. So Stacey says, Panthers got a public lashing last night by SDBN. Steve was upset how the Panthers trashed the Leafs in the media. That's interesting. Huh. But on the podcast, man, that's so crazy. Come on, Steve, don't make me make another reaction video. The Panther players? The Panther players, like I know Kachuk like had said one thing a way off ago. Did Brady and Matthew say something in the podcast I haven't seen yet? He said it in his game review after the Leafs. All right. Yeah. So yesterday, I didn't see yesterday's. I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Stacy. I was going to watch his, but then I wanted to catch up on the Kachuk Brothers podcast. They got to get those guys Ethernet cords. Come on, guys. Yeah, MJ. Yeah, I seen both of his. Well, I mean, the one went a while ago, but then the other one went over the summer. Yeah, it's. I left a comment on the video when it was. I've been there. You know what I mean? He's got the sign with the victory puppies, and I get it, man. It ain't easy, you know. Real says he's mad because Maurice and some of the players said Toronto fans put too much pressure on the Leafs players. Oh, well, he's saying that, so he's disagreeing with that. Interesting. Huh. That's interesting. Well, I'll have to check that out. I think Dangle is just trying to make it so that I have more content to react to. You know, maybe if I could get because I've got the Bill Zito thing down. Maybe, I wonder if I could get him to do it. But I've got the Bill Zito thing down. But you know who would make a good Maurice is Kyle. I mean, he could do the comb over and everything, and Kyle would make a great Maurice, right? Am I just saying that because he's my kid, or would he make? He would. I think he'd do a good job as Maurice. Yeah, Dangle now realizing that he's also the media pressure on the Leafs. I know. I've thought that before. It's like, dude, you do not understand the platform that you have. But I get it. Yeah, we broke him. Maybe I could get Kyle to do a skit as Maurice involved with that. I don't know if Kyle would do it. He might. I think he'd do a good Maurice. He's got the same comb over. He's got more hair. Interesting. I got Zito for the interview. No, I mean, I've got the Zito look down with the bald head. That's all I'm saying. The bald head and the beard. I've got the Zito character down, but Kyle would make a good Maurice character. All right, MJ. Thank you, bud. Thank you, MJ. Appreciate it. All right, this should be good. Let's see. Sports headlines. 14 charged in Mafia Sports betting ring. Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani win MLB MVP. Say that 3 times fast. Steph Curry ends Under Armour deal. MLS soccer new schedule will be out. Will be 9 months. Jeez. So 14 more. So they're going after the Mafia? I mean, I ain't gonna say it. If the Mafia, if you guys are listening, I don't know nothing. I didn't even see that story. I don't know nothing about that. That's a special set of cojones to just step into things and to start, interesting. Real says, but like Leaf fans are actually crazier on the Reddit alone. No other fan base invades the Panthers subreddit the way the Leafs fans do. Even Oilers fans weren't great. Real, and I've said this before, when we play the Leafs in the playoffs, I have to block on average 3 to 4 people a night. And when you combine every other fan base that we play, maybe I have to block 3 or 4 people a year. But with the Leafs, when we played them, and when we were in the conference championship again last year, after Game 7, it got worse. It got worse. That's why I had to make the chat subscriber only last year, because we couldn't keep it was I mean, some people were saying, you know, it got personal with me and Kyle and the dogs and whatnot. It's wild. Yeah, Stacey says Dangle wants Berube, the assistant coach, stole ours, and leaves GM gone. He likes OEL though. Yeah, I find it interesting because I didn't realize how happy he was with OEL, and I made that skit saying that was the trade. We were going to get OEL. I didn't realize at that point he'd been praising OEL like that. It was just a lucky guess. Yeah, congratulations, Marchand, on 1,000 points. Yeah, MJ. Yep. Vincent, I'm such a disappointment. I appreciate that, Vincent. Huh? At least throw me $1 if you're gonna if you want me to read it, Vincent. I mean, I'll read it for you anyway. But you know, if you're gonna berate me and make me cry, at least throw me $1. MLS is usually about 6 months. Gotcha. I did, Vincent. I did get them to respond to my email, though. I did actually get a response. So that's progress. That's progress. I'm going to find a way to weasel my in on that Kachuk podcast. You watch. That's my goal. I'm going to make an irritant of myself until they let me on the podcast or they come on mine. And they're YouTubers now. It's fair. It's open season. It's fair game. We're simpatical. We're both YouTubers now, Matthew. Okay. I'm going to get his opinion on the prediction. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to use to get in. Because he said on one of the clips, he said they're going to answer questions from the fans. Let's go. Come on. Well, I got something to lose, right? OEL is actually making more with the Leafs than Rodriguez is with the Panthers. Yep. Some guy from Fairfield was the mastermind of the sports betting ring. That's just crazy, man. Yeah, I had to ban Brother Gene. I know. Yeah. Brother Gene didn't exactly understand that. You just let it go. Let it go. But that's what 5 tours will do to a man, you know. So Paragon says, any idea how they choose the music in the stadiums? I noticed the Canadian teams seem to play more modern. Edmonton, DNB, where many U.S. teams uses pop rock. Huh. I don't know if it's up to the individual, people running it, or if the team has a request of what. I mean, it seems as though the Panthers it's pretty purposeful in the way that they do things. So back to soccer. How are they going to play soccer in December, January, and February? So here's the thing, MJ. When I was in Alaska, we had a warm January day. It got up to -7. And it felt so warm that we actually went outside and played football in T-shirts. That's a true story. Now, we were stupid, and you couldn't be outside for too long, but we got hot. We got hot running around out there because it felt so warm to us. Frost says, I wish we could have kept OEL. Yeah, it's like anything else, the cap, right? Vincent says, Jaws is a known Leaf hater. Not only Panthers media won't let him near the team, and now it's a league stand-up. I'm going to get there. What do we got? Hey, thank you, MJ. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you, buddy. World headlines. I'm afraid. I'm afraid, MJ. I'm scared. I'm scared. I seen headlines. I don't read the stories. Let's go. World headlines. Walmart CEO steps down. Jeff Bezos' rocket launched to Mars. Can I get a ride? Russian humanoid robot collapses at show. Yeah, ripped to the penny. The last ones were made yesterday. And that's a bad news. That's a sign of Armageddon for sure. iPhone users can now add their passports to their Apple Wallet. That can't go wrong. What could happen? What could happen? Yeah, so no more pennies. I mean, it was getting to the point. Well, it had gotten to the point where they cost more to make than they were worth, right? That's not too bad then. So that's good. The Walmart CEO steps down. I'm sure he's got a decent severance package, right? Imagine being that rich and you don't really have to do anything the rest of your life. Now, what's this Jeff Bezos rocket launch tomorrow? What is that? What is it? I mean, like, why are we going to Mars? And can I go? Vincent says, I don't like this language from you. To get Kachucks would be great. Do it. There's probably a queue. I'll put myself to the front of the queue. I'll find a way. There's only one guy that can claim to have predicted that trade. That's got to be worth something. I'm going to cash in that chip. That's what I'm going to do. David says, I've golfed in the snow before. You just have to use bright pink and orange golf balls. I like it. I like it. MJ, I just never know. I never know what's going on in the world, so I never know what craziness, right? Kenneth, yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah, it got up. You know, it's if you've never experienced like -40, -50, you just can't. You just can't understand how cold that is. You can't understand the precautions you have to take. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's a bad idea with the passports and the digital wallets. But that's just one step closer to, there's going to be a chip and all of that crap, right? Kenneth says, don't worry about losing a penny. You won't notice. We've been without him since 2013. I can count on one hand how many times I've paid with cash for anything in the last 2, 3, 5 years. I hardly ever use cash at all. Does it mean those take a penny, leave a penny things are disappearing? Maybe not. Maybe not. There'll be some crazy collectible thing. Like there's already wheat pennies and all of that, right? But there'll be something. There'll be some crazy collectible thing where you got to get the last year of the penny or the last day of the penny. Somehow, some way, something stupid will come of it. Blue Origin is Bezos' rocket, and he sent it to Mars. What do you mean it wasn't me anyway? Of course it was me. There's still a plan to colonize Mars in the future. Oh, boy. Carl might enjoy that. Yeah, with the passports, what if somebody takes your phone while you're overseas? I guess that's why they're going to make you have like your thumbprint or some kind of security to open up your phone. Like I tried to add a credit card to the phone yesterday, but it wouldn't let me do it unless I created a lock screen on my phone. Like I don't want to have to type in a code every time. You know how many thousands of times a day I pick this up and just want to check for I don't want to have to log into my own phone. If somebody wants to steal my phone, they ain't going to get much information out of it. They're welcome to my credit score. If they want to steal my phone, they're welcome to all the wonderful things that my credit score can get them. Yeah, everything's getting digitized. Hey, Cruz, how you doing, buddy? I do, MJ. The craze with all the quarters and the state logos on the back. When I used to yard sale, that was going on when I used to yard sale. And people would try to sell them at the collectible value at the yard sales. And I'm like, you're really trying to get me to spend $30 on $5 for the quarters at a yard sale? Like, read the room. I remember that, man. Frog, yeah, there's got to be another motive for sure. What if someone has the same thumb issue? I don't think that's possible though. I think thumbprints are uniquely unique to the individual. I'd be more concerned if what if somebody cut your thumb off? That would be my concern. Yeah, that was the early 2000s with the quarter craze. Yep. Kenneth says, I like collecting U.S. quarters as well. I raided vending machines with my dollar bills back when I was in the U.S. You think our thumbprints are nearly identical? Well, I thought they were all unique. But I'm just remembering what I was taught like 40 years ago. So I don't remember what I had for breakfast, MJ. David says, Elon has my favorite Mars quote. He says, I want to die on Mars, just not on impact. That's actually pretty good. Did I already discuss Vasilevsky falling and slipping in front of the net? I saw that. And I mean, it happens. It's going to happen, right? Everybody's going to have those moments. I know he hasn't played spectacularly in some moments, but it happens. It happens. Brock says, what's the best item I've picked up at a yard sale and or flipped? Well, it depends on what the answer to that question is. What I mean is there's single items that I've picked up, and then there's the best purchase I ever made at a yard sale was in 2010. And I was, long story short, I was at a guy's house who was moving, and he was a massive, massive NASA collector. And he collected huge amounts of stuff because he was only interested in like the really super duper rare, expensive autographs and whatnot. But he would buy out because I was in the Space Coast. So I was there where NASA was. And so long story short is I bought all of his stuff for $400. And over the course of the 15 years since, I mean, probably over that course of time for that $400, I've at least made $100,000 off of that 400. And it just was the luck. It was just a lucky day. Nobody else really was interested. Nobody else was going to buy 37 or however many cases it was. All this, it was papers and photos and documents and little. And before the market for it kind of crashed a few years ago around COVID, from 2010 to like 2015, that's all I did. That's basically, other than giving some massages, was sell that NASA stuff online, and I spent $400 on it. I could only pray to have another hit like that. I know, Gabriel Marchand. Marchand's our best player. Ain't that something? And he says palms on hands are different. Let me see. Yeah, but Billy Lindsay is bubbling his head. No. Let me see. Are thumbprints unique? I mean, it gotta be, right? Yes, for all practical purposes, thumbprints are unique to individual, although a recent AI-based study found some similarities between fingerprints from the same person. I see. The probability of two people having identical fingerprints estimated to be 1 in 64 billion. So that's AI telling that. So who knows, right? Mike says, I'm so old now, Johnson, they changed that so everybody's fingerprint is the same now. Oh, man. I didn't change my fingerprints to match everybody. Yeah, I know, Dietrich. The Hadron Collider merged, and now they're trying to tell me the Monopoly guy didn't have a monocle. Come on now. All right? The dude had a monocle. Everybody knows it. Come on. Oh, Miss Jaw's already found that. Look at that. I'm looking up stuff that she's already taken care of. Thanks, babe. David says there are also microscopic tracking devices, probably almost microscopic listening devices. Uh-huh. Yep. No two people have the same gait, that's for sure, even if they live at the same house. That was a nice setup. Paragon, yeah, man. That was a beautiful day. David. Oh, here we go. Hey, thank you, MJ. Thank you, bud. He says, here's one a little random. What items from the 80s, 90s, or 2000s would I bring back? You'll bring back answer machines and payphones. I want to bring back, this is really weird. I want to bring back screensavers and computers have, and the reason why I want to bring back, it's not even an item. When I first started selling on eBay and it first started to get to where you could rip your own CDs, right? You could download pictures and rip your own CDs. There was a market where before everybody knew how to do it, that if you created a screensaver, put it on a CD disc, and then you'd sell it on eBay for like 10, 15 bucks a piece, and you would just make a copy after a copy after. I can't tell you how many of those suckers I sold. And all it was like puppy screensaver, bikini screensaver, beaches screensaver. And you would just get like 200-300 pictures and download them from the internet, put them on a disc, put them in a screensaver format, and people boom, 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 because they didn't know how to do it. Especially the older people, they didn't know how to make a screensaver. Oh, babe, you can buy a doggy screensaver on eBay for $15. Go ahead and do it. That's what I want to bring back. God, that was easy money. Oh, it was such easy money. Miss Jones says, I have a ton of CDs and no CD player. I got tired of them getting scratched, though. That's the only problem with the CDs. Yeah, listening to the CD. I mean, obviously for me, my CDs were kind of records. Oh yeah, CD players in the car. I remember when you had to pay extra for that when it first came out, and it was a big deal. Oh, you didn't just have a cassette player, you had a CD player. And then they had the things where it was the external CD players, and you plug it in using your cigarette lighter. God. And now you still have a CD player in your car, MJ? Damn, I guess you'd have to ask for it now. For a while, they became standard. Your mom's car had a cassette player. Did they ever put 8-track players in cars? I don't remember. I know we had cassettes, but I don't remember if they had 8 tracks. Yeah, the CD card decks that you removed. Yeah. Yeah, they did. Your pops had a 8-track player. Okay. The combo cassette CD, 8 tracks in the 7. That's cool. That's cool. Because I didn't know what the portability of 8 tracks was, because Uncle Bob had one. One of the first things that I found out when I was back again selling on eBay when I was younger, um, you're cleaning out people's garages, and apparently the portable 8-track players back then, they were worth a lot of money. Not so much anymore. Hey, Windy City. Oh, you guys had a CB radio? Oh, don't get me started about all the CB equipment I used to sell on eBay. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Grandpa would have a perfectly good working CB, and he'd just want to upgrade it. And he'd buy a whole new thing and sell me his perfectly working CB for $5, $10. I get $500, $700 for it. All that's gone. All that's gone now. But it was good times. It was good times while it lasted. I tell you that much. David says I drove over the road for like 15 years. Nice. Yeah, the 8-tracks were fun. We used to. There wasn't a whole lot of 8-tracks left when we were going to the record store as kids, searching out the records. If you found an 8-track of the group, that was pretty awesome. That was pretty rare. You didn't have they weren't mass produced. Some of the groups weren't really mass produced the way it never caught on the way cassettes did. But I guess it makes sense. Everything once video became a thing, everything changed. Everything just started becoming so much bigger money. I cannot say that I remember that, Mike. I cannot remember. That one I've never heard. Wow. Hey, thank you, MJ. Thank you, buddy. He says, one more. Which very first time would you have loved to buy it when it come out? Oh, you would have wanted to buy the first Model T Ford? Let me see. I don't think mine would have been a car. Oh, that's a tough question, MJ. That's a tough question. I had some of the very early, not the first, but I had some of the very early Commodore 64 computers because my uncle worked for NASA. And so he was a step ahead of the game, we'll put it that way. I remember having those. Yeah, video killed the radio star, David. Ain't that the truth? So, wait, you played that, Donna? Well, you know what? I'm going to say my smart-ass comment because I live with you. I know, MJ. So Windy City says the Winter Classic jersey is going to have a silhouette of the prowling panther as a shoulder patch. I saw a picture of something like that. I forget who it was that was wearing. I hope that's not. I hope what I saw wasn't the jersey. But we'll see. If they have the prowling panther, it's okay. I'm not sure if what I saw was that. George, no, Marchand got 2 points, 2 assists. And the original Panthers logo will be back. Well, then Kyle needs to buy me that. When's it coming out? Because Kyle owes me a jersey for Christmas. 57 Chevy truck. Man, MJ would want the first Harley Davidson. You know I would have wanted? You know what car? The first Monte Carlo. Yeah. The first Monte Carlo off the lot. Yeah. I had a 78 Monte Carlo. I don't know which one was the first one, but I love that. You never felt the air in Alaska was not as cold as the air conditioning in that Monte Carlo. I don't know what it was. Holy hell. Perwagon says the first ever Bitcoin. Good move. Good. Froggen wins. Dietrich said, I had a Commodore 64. You inherited one with pre-rated games. Like, yeah. Like, P-rated, pirated? Billy. Relax, Billy. It's okay. Calm down. Mike says, I can't say that name. Was a game where you had about 10 guys and you threw a football up in the air, and whoever didn't come down with the football had to tackle the guy with the football. That's wild. That's wild. Can you imagine? Like now we got to find that game. I bet you they won't even allow that to be sold on eBay. Jeez. I appreciate that, Windy City. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I'm not sure when the first, let me see. What year was the first? Come on. Monte Carlo. 1970. 1970. Yeah. Give me that. My 78 was a little bit shorter and boxier. Yeah, give me that. The first Hemi. That's nice. Colin says, I would say the iPod Touch because I never got to experience it despite being around it. Or maybe an arcade spot with the original Mortal Kombat. Yeah. That's a good one. Miss Jaws had a Commodore 64. Yeah, I remember mine. I used to program my own games on that sucker. I wrote myself a football game on that computer. The first iPhone was 2004. Well, what are we at? We're at 21, right? Oh, I remember the Beanie Babies, Matthew. That was one that I didn't get. I did not partake of that, even though I was selling online. If we ran into a huge amount of them at an auction and we got them for basically nothing, I'd do them. But the people that were buying them were too picky. It was too easy to have a problem with. You know, there's a little speck. It's missing an eyebrow hair. I mean, the people that bought those things were cuckoo and the Cocoa Puffs. So we stayed away from trying to resell those. David says, helped a friend build a 71 or 72 Chevelle convertible, but it only lasted 3 months before we got drunk and wrapped it around a pole. Damn it. Come on, David. Oh, that's a sad story. Oh. Mike says, I think that's what you were supposed to do with cars back then. Do I remember any of the Gremlins of Pacers? Or is that supposed to say or? Yeah, I think my dad had a Gremlin. Windy City, somebody said it wouldn't be released until like January timeframe, but it can't be because January, like 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks beforehand. I was hoping I would assume it'd be open out sooner. So Christmas presents, right? Oh God, the Cabbage Patch Kids. Don't even get me started. Yeah, the Dodge Omnis were pretty cool. Dallas had a 70% face-off percentage. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, both goalies played horribly. Montreal only allowed 19 shots in that game, and they allowed 7 goals. I can't imagine how much worse it could be. Yeah, people trampled on each other for those stupid dolls. Yep. Oh, I think I hear. Wendy says, normally the Winter Classic jersey release is November 15th to the 20th. I appreciate that, Windy City, because that gives Kyle a full month. He should have no problem. He's never going to do it, but I'm going to bitch about it until he does. MJ says the 74 Gremlin was in our family for 40 years. You got rid of it after your mom died. MJ? Oh, but I understand it. Damn it. What kind of shape was it in? What kind of shape was it in? Damn. What did you sell it to a collector, or what happened, MJ? I get it. My 68 Plymouth Fury ended up having to go to the dump. We didn't sell it to a collector. I was a young kid. What did I know? You don't realize what you're doing in that time. You know what I mean? Paragon, prediction for Saturday's game against Tampa Bay. Who's going to fight? We don't have Gadjevich. I guess maybe Greer. And he says, Jaws, I know I was disappointed too, wherever the bottom was rusting out a lot and the engine wouldn't start. Damn. But I mean, did you take it to the junkyard, or did a collector come by it for parts? Cash for clunkers killed a lot of good cars. Yeah, I bet. Oh, look, Kyle's awake. Isn't that nice? Isn't it nice of him to join? Kyle, is that you? He's alive. All right. You gave it to Salvation Army for parts. Okay, that's acceptable. Now, you know what I mean. I wish I would have done something. I wish I would have kept mine. Now, the car that's been in, it's not the same, but I had a 98 Ford Explorer that I bought that my dad still has. So I guess it's 20 years, right? 20 years. How long has that been? Let me see. Yeah, I think we've had it 20 years. Yeah, mom had an 84 Toyota Corolla, ran it into the ground. Yeah, those things could go 400,000 or 500,000 miles. It was wild. So, all right, everybody, I got to roll now that Kyle is up. My dad still, well, it was my Ford Explorer. So it was a 98, and it just runs. That's all it does is start and run. That's all the thing will do. And when I moved here, I wasn't 100% sure that it was going to make it here. So I bought the van because I was going to be doing a different business. I bought the van and I gave my dad the truck, and he used it for fishing, and he still uses it like to go to the fishing and the hardware store and stuff like that. And I just told him, just don't get rid of it. You know what I mean? Don't get rid of it. If you ever want to get rid of it, I'll take it back. And you know, I just don't want it to, you know what I mean? I was going to give it to my daughter, but then that's a whole long story. So, all right, everybody. Thank you, MJ. Thank you all for all the super chats. Really appreciate it. And tomorrow, a little bit of an early game for the members. I will be live 1/2 hour before face-off. Yeah, that sounds right. I think the game is at 5. And then Sunday morning, 9:30 in the morning. 9:30 in the morning for the Dolphin game. So you all are excused. Kyle and I have to do it. So, all right, everybody. Enjoy your Friday night. Don't do anything. Mike says, thank you, Ms. Joss, for being cool enough. If there's anybody, Mike, if there's anybody that was going to remember that, I guarantee you it is my future wife. That is the last thing I'm going to say, because she's probably peeing her pants laughing over there. All right. I'll see you tomorrow.